think that they've played it that often to say that that we can say that he's never played it.
Okay.
As far
So
as I've
that,
seen,
yeah.
YapzOr plays the Kunkka.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
More than likely KheZu Shaker then.
Yep. TNC gets themselves Rubik Nyx. Well, Nyx we already talked about, but the Rubik is super good to steal both of these spells and just to kind of mess up with the combo too. I mean, Kunkka and Earthshaker have some of the best spells that you can steal. The Fissure or any of Kunkka's spells. Like
Yeah, it's like you can't cover
anything
up
is
giving
amazing.
away a spell, yeah, because everything's great.
I mean, of course, the boat is the best one,
Sure.
but X can have its situations where it can be even better if you have the proper lineup that works with it.
TNC's turn to bat.
Targeting the joke ban, a hero that we've seen too much of. It's got for a couple of games, but definitely not the a pick that's normally sought after.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I mean, just great
check
versus
out.
Kunkka and Shaker.
True. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
TNC's turn to ban.
Trap. The Drow actually going Team Secret. I guess one that TNC have run in the past. They do like their Drow strats.
Wow, they even still banned the Invoker too. That I mean, mid one had such a presence and such an impact in that last game.
I mean, you're right
Makes
to be a bit
sense.
surprised because it's like they have a Nyx Assassin,
Yeah.
one of the best heroes against the Invoker.
But it's just
in charge of the game. But
the power,
Yeah.
just what
Yeah.
mid one actually caused in that game. Like the few pickoffs he got on the Tinker, getting a free melee racks or free racks in the bottom lane, and then just his team fight prowess was too high. So it's understandable to ban the Invoker. That hero just gets so absurd in late stages.
we'll see where Team Secret go now with their pick. You say we're expecting this to be the support offlane open first two. Secret, do they want to reveal one of their cores, risking obviously getting it banned out or taken away from them by TNC? No, they are going to pick the IO. So there we have it.
Okay, so now
we haven't seen much IO, have we?
It's been versus the
Right.
teams that play it consistently. It's banned heavily.
Yes.
I know GH. I was just looking.
That gets banned.
GH got it one game apparently.
Oh, he did
just
get
now,
it
and
free?
he absolutely destroyed the whole game. So I think if you have a player who's a specialist on the IO, this hero can honestly just take over the whole game because his movements are natural. The bounty runes make it just so much easier for you to get your bottle fill-ups. You can have a crazy impact. That being said, though, I have not seen Secret play it too much. I've seen YapzOr play it, I think, once or twice.
I mean, at least you imagine Puppey will play the IO, YapzOr will play the Kunkka. Would you?
I don't know
Maybe
now,
it's the other
actually.
way around.
That's the thing,
Yeah.
is now I'm not really too certain.
Yeah.
Now they at least they have this, they can X the IO, so if they do the relocates to save people, they can X the IO and save him as well. So that's a cool kind of combo they can throw out there with that we've seen people do in the past.
Yeah.
And they have the global setup. They have the Earthshaker Kunkka to set up for relocates. Could be pretty interesting. I wonder what they're going to pair with it now.
I mean, there's definitely ways. I mean, again, then obviously Nyx Assassin just being strong across the board. There's a lot you can do again as a Nyx to punish the IO, isn't it? You can hunt it down on the back with the Vendetta and cause issues for him flying around with the once the balls are out, he's got to be careful about that spike carapace.
Yeah. Maybe Secret goes for something like a CK. I think that could be really strong this game, actually. Pairs really well with the IO. Good versus Nyx and Rubik. They don't really have damage to deal with the Phantasm at later stages. I mean, it's only 2 heroes, so we'll be able to find out what else TNC has planned. But it looks like it could be a pretty good idea for Secret. And I know MP does like this, the Chaos Knight. He has his very intricate heroes that he likes specifically.
TNC really going into their reserve time here. Down to the last 20 seconds of it.
Yeah.
There we go. Finally comes out, and it's actually going to be the Timbersaw. Very nice, of course. There's 3 strength heroes. That is also a hero that IO really does struggle to deal with.
Yeah.
So that is, I think that's a perfect pick from TNC.
Yeah, if you can lane the Timber versus, let's say, a CKIO or something like that, the Timber can do super well. That being said, though, there is a good amount of magic burst already coming out from Team Secret within the first 3 heroes.
And they have got control with the X Mark, which is very nice in that sense as well. But where do they go from here?
And it is a 3rd pick Timber, so you reveal that Timber, and this allows the big counter picks to come out, like the Ursa, which is
this is someone that can bully the Timber out the lane.
The best hero versus Timber, so like pretty much in the game.
Yeah.
Not only just in the laning phase, but later stages as well. I guess later stages you can get kited a bit, but ideally you want to be matched up versus the Timber, and you're going to be playing very far ahead as an Ursa in comparison to that Timber. So.
And your team's got that control to kind of make sure that you don't get kited too much. They can lock down that Timber and allow the Ursa to beat into him. So.
And it's also a super good hero versus Nyx and Rubik. Rubik does not get any good spells to steal from Ursa whatsoever. Enrage is okay, I guess, to save yourself, but everything else is kind of moot. and Nyx Assassin can suffer as well. Like if it's a Nyx offlane, they can be pressured.
There's your favorite.
Yes!
The Pugna comes
I get to cast the Pugna. Oh,
so this hero,
happy.
what, picked 6 times right so far? We believe in it. Lost 1 game.
It's been picked, I think, maybe more now.
Maybe more.
Let me refresh and just make sure. So let's just find the Pugna. Pugna is 6 with 1 loss. Yes. So
okay.
83% win rate.
So what's the pro? So obviously this is a hero that this kind of good against the Ursa, but the Decrep's very annoying. Forces the Ursa to have to build that diffusal.
Yes.
Where are we going to see it lane? So we're expecting this to be a mid Pugna offlane Timbersaw. Would you say?
Oh, actually, we don't really know.
Where are we putting this? You know what I mean? TNC.
That is the problem. They do have some lane issues. I think it's more than likely the mid Pugna because how speedy he is. He's not really susceptible. But if he gets caught by like any kind of stun, and they can just kind of run him down, especially with like a tethered Ursa, if that is the case. Nothing really crazy specific that the Pugna is amazing versus either. Like I mean, versus the Ursa, yes, but versus the other 3, it's like they're okay. It's the Netherward is obnoxious, but it's not like these aren't 3 big. There's no int heroes.
No,
like,
no one's gonna be
ideally, you want to be. Like the Pugna
spells.
versus int with the Netherward is the superpower, but yeah, Decrep is great versus Ursa.
Yeah.
And they at least have a building hitter, which Timbersaw and Nyx, you're already like, we have no objective taking, we need somebody to be able to do that, so the Pugna can kind of solve that issue a little.
And the Decrep's obviously super nice for the Timber, you're making it easier to hit spells, the boost on the damage, you're just going to allow the Timber to go even more ham in these fights. So
well, most of his are pure damage, but yeah, when you get like the shock,
that's
the
if
you
the
get the Whirling
magic, isn't it?
No, the Chakram's pure.
It's
it's if you get the Whirling Death Knot near trees, it's magic.
Well, Sun King actually going to be banned out. So Secret are looking at this, and they're expecting the Timber Pugna to be the safe lane in the mid, respectively, with the respect to that Sun King ban. TNC themselves banning out the TA. So indeed, expecting MP to be taking the Ursa to the safe lane rather than mid one taking it mid, then IO backup. I mean, definitely something that they could switch up if they want to sort of get some sort of a matchup secret. They could take the Ursa IO into the mid lane.
I think so. It does seem like it's going to be the Pugna mid since with that ban. That kind of indicates that.
Okay.
So but then that makes it so it's Timbersaw.
Timbersaw.
Yeah, they can still change it up because we don't know where Nyx is.
Yeah, and they could do like an aggro try.
Oh my goodness.
Naga final
Siren.
pick. Oh. Okay, so it definitely feels. I don't think I've seen a draft like this before. TNC with this sort of high action, Timbersaw, Pugna, and then bam, so Naga Siren put in at the end.
So Timber offlane?
It must be.
Are they running like an aggro?
They maybe could run an aggro Pugna, Rubik, Nyx Assassin.
I think that might be the case. I think that might be what they're doing.
Okay.
I'm not too certain.
They could always put the Naga mid, depending on what secret pick here. So a lot of flexibility in the lanes from TNC.
Yeah, they're playing versus Kunkka Io. These 2 heroes don't really have great damage dealing in the laning phase, so maybe they do try to contest the lane, but okay, they go for the last pick Shadow Fiend for Mr. Mid One there.
So, knowing that the Shadow Fiend is definitely going to be the mid lane, if you're TNC, who are you going to put against? It is going to be the Pugna.
Yeah,
so this is a lane that the Pugna does pretty well in? You can bully the SF out?
So I would imagine this would be aggressive tri lane, right? And you put the Timber in a 1v1 versus Shaker? It's the thing is that they're double melee too. Their tri lane's not crazy strong either, but that at least gets Timber not to get like shut down, or maybe they just accept the fact that Timber's gonna be shut down a bit. But then you're putting Timber versus the Ursa. I don't think that they want to have Timber versus Ursa.
I know, I see what you mean. Yeah, you want the Timber versus KheZu.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
I think aggro tri lane from TNC is what they want to have happen.
But I guess the question is secret dodge it.
Yeah, that's
Secret themselves could try and move over.
They want to have the Timber matchup versus the Earthshaker somehow, just in some type of matchup. We don't know where the lane will be, but we'll see how they end up like dodging each other and how it'll end up. TP warding will be pretty important in this start of the game, so they can at least see where the lane matchups are. So we'll probably see Rubik. We'll probably see 1437 TP out, or Tim's TP out and get a ward out, so they can at least watch that movement of where that tri lane's going to be positioned.
Yeah. The mid-bomb final pick, the Shadow Fiend certainly can kind of work both ways with the Pugna, can't it? Certainly that Decrep, you can't use it defensively because the magical damage that mid-bomb can offer through it is still incredibly sizable.
You can bully pretty hard as a Pugna versus Shadow Fiend because you have just much higher base damage. You have I mean, your animation's okay. He has raises. It's like the first few levels Pugna can do really well, but then once Shadow Fiend is able to just like shove the lane out,
he's always going to catch up.
He's always going to catch up, exactly.
Turn to the jungle. Issues there as well. And of course, just Puppey
got the set too.
He's got the arc.
I'm honestly just gonna click on Cuckoo and just no one else. So all you want. I'm just watching Pugnas.
You're watching the Pugna.
Pugna for days.
See what he does.
Hero.
So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. A big warm welcome to you all as you tune in and get ready to sit down for Game 2 with myself and Fog. Secret versus TNC. let's see what the lanes end up being. Who's going to find that favorable matchup? That really is the question. At the moment, KheZu is heading up to the top lane on the Shaker. And yes, I think, you know, TNC are reading it. They have got the Timber heading that way.
Yep.
So they are looking to indeed get that matchup. The question is if Secret switch it up and do want to try and avoid having this very unfavorable Shaker versus Timber lane.
The indicator that we, just like we were saying, this is exactly what TNC is thinking. Yeah. Sam H starts the TP scroll. So it's like, I have to be matched up versus their Shaker or I'm like, my game is screwed.
Because look at this. Secret literally they see it
moving.
And they say, we have to not let this matchup happen. But did you, with that, what, so he's got the TP, so he's got the TP. Move.
He's going to move no matter what happens.
It's going to be a question of who stops, you know, playing the musical lanes first.
Yeah, pretty much. They go for the smoke even now. They're trying to get aggressive level 1. Since it is just Shadow Fiend level 1, it is relatively weak. He doesn't really have anything to give to the table.
I mean, it's guaranteed.
Earthshaker's moving a white too. If KheZu's not there, mid 1.
That's a perfect start. If they grab
Goodbye,
this.
mid 1.
And they'll get it. Cuckoo leads in. They've got the telekinesis, dragging back into the stun. Ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be your first blood here for TNC as well. Cuckoo won't quite get it. Uphill denying it. Raven says, I'll take it. First blood for the Nagas Tyrant as the rotation successful. And now we'll see how they react to this. Already, look, the Timber, he's saving the TP by the looks of it. He's just walking down
just
to
making
bottom
his
lane.
way down.
Realizes that the aggro tries there. Nice juke from Puppey. Just manages to dodge the stun with that tether back up to the high ground to mid 1. So the lanes we're getting. Puppey at the moment, hanging around with mid 1. Timbers, he's not even going to miss out too much by the looks of it. I think he may miss out a creep or so as he's not quite yet down on the bottom lane.
Mid 1 skilled raise is level 1 too.
He's doing quite good in terms of forcing back Cuckoo with the damage that he's thrown out.
Yeah, I mean, Puppey's just right. They have the obs ward on the high ground, so Puppey's literally just right-clicking every time he walks up. And with that Fairy Fire, and, you know, Pugna's not really a high armor hero, only 2. Gets bullied quite heavily from that. So this is where Shadow Fiend, of course, can do super, super well. I mean, he's got IO backing him up. So we'll be able to watch how Puppey maximizes with this, make sure he's always stacking. That's the one big thing when you're doing these IO dual lanes with Shadow Fiend. You gotta go stack those double camps. And they didn't actually cut the trees for him to be able to do so. Top lane, MP, he's isolated up here. Are they going to be able to close the distance on him, though? It does seem like they should be able to.
I mean, he's been left alone. He's all on his own here, this lonely bear. That's going to be another kill for TNC. They take him down. Meanwhile, mid lane Secret are trying to get something done in return, as they did bring over YapzOr, but they didn't quite get the grab on Cuckoo. He salves up.
Shaker top. Yeah, he's going to buy TP right now, I'm pretty sure.
They're switching the lanes up.
Yep. Polarity's up, TP stop. Should be able to get a decent amount of experience anyway, and now they've got the matchup they want. But Sam H does have a TP if he wants to make the way up.
Is he going to do it? Is Sam H going to stick down here? He's got the level 2. He's saved onto that second point. So
that's, yeah.
He's already got like that level ahead, so he can kind of play around with MP a little bit better.
Nope, they're switching it. Raven points down.
Oh, he's going.
Yep, and Rubik too. This is just as expected. You know, you can't have those matchups. It's impossible to deal with. Level advantage does help a bit, but
Sam H into the tree line.
And now KheZu gets a free lane during all that too, though. He's like, oh, cool, 11 last hits, thank you. As soon as he gets up there.
Look at this at bottom lane. Sam H is sticking around a little bit. They want to try and make a go onto MP. They drag him back. MP trying to move back as he slows them down. But there's the root. Raven skills it for the kill, and they'll get it. MP taken down. Maybe expecting that Sam H had already TP'd out. Now he'll TP away. I mean, getting involved in a kill onto MP. That makes it even sweeter for TNC.
They're just leaving MP alone. Either the IO or the Kunkka are playing around him at all.
YapzOr, Puppey, question mark.
And now MP's making his way toward top. MP's like, okay, well, all right. Can't
go
bottom.
MP. Left alone.
I think now they should definitely be playing around the Ursa. I think probably maybe they should have done a little bit sooner, but they tried to make the rotation to try to kill the Pugna and punish to get mid 1 online.
KheZu has got that TP, so could head back down to the bottom lane. And indeed he does. He says, all right, we'll switch lanes again, straight down bottom. He's ready to match up at what seems to be at the moment a 1437 solo lane on the Rubik. Raven heads to the side cam. He's making the use of the jungle, so TNC trying to be maximum with their efficiency. Up top, Secret trying to get close in onto Tims. Tims playing around with both MP and YapzOr. Sam H able to get some good creeps farmed under the tower. Here's the way pushes in. The mid lane matchup, though, of course, being the one that Secret is certainly seeming to put a lot of eggs on this mid lane, and it is paying off because mid 1 is getting a very strong lead here.
Yeah, I still wouldn't. Yeah, I mean it's great to have mid 1 like super leading and everything, but I still wouldn't want to sack an Ursa for that reason because Ursa's an early game hero. You don't really want him to be behind. You want him to have good start so he can just kind of snowball and give your other hero space. And they've made that adjustment. So Cuckoo now aggressive. They're trying to get on him. But with those boots, 380 movement speed.
Little Fisher play there from KheZu, making sure that the large camp couldn't be dragged into lane.
Nice.
To keep control of this wave underneath his tower, get as much as he can, despite not finding the...
It's nighttime, the classic TNC smoke move. They did the same thing last game. They've actually done, I think, in almost all of their games that I was looking at. Yeah. It's usually between the 4 and 6 minute mark they make that first smoke rotation.
Good time to go as well, because they've both got the level 3. Yeah. So they've got a lot of potential between the two of them. Puppey can, of course, tether back to safety. And yeah, this is going to make it a lot harder for TNC to get away with this play. 1437 still under the cover of it.
Block the camp, get vision of when the Shadow Fiend does farm it as well.
Maybe they can still get back in. YapzOr's there though in reaction. Secret are prepared for this sort of play. See if they can hold back. At the moment, mid one's very deep, high up on the other side. YapzOr blocking the route that TNC want to take, and they'll have to make it around this Kunkka if they want to go for anything. And well, they'll try and go for a bit of harassment onto him. They'll bring him down to half health. YapzOr though, still feeling confident. X marks 1437 back in place. Mid one, maybe seeing if he could get in to try and do something in return. Has got the buff up from Puppey as Puppey tethers across. At the end of the day, we'll just force TNC back, and TNC don't find anything successful with the rotation as Secret are prepared.
They're still not really helping MP at all, and it's not like he's falling behind. He's starting to get his farm up, but the thing is that level discrepancy that we were talking about is that Timbersaw is going to hit level 6 before Ursa hits level 6 by a good margin. She's actually might hit 6 before level 5, so he's going to be able to go for even like a kill onto the Ursa if that's the case. Mid lane.
They do get away with the kill. Yeah, they get
the X-Torrent, and he's able to get the double raise at least.
37 still hanging around in the neighborhood on the high ground, but not a lot you can do without Pugner alive. Assassin trying to soak up some levels from the middle lane without putting his own life in danger. Timber has the arcane boots. He's going to be able to rule that lane just a little bit easier now.
He can definitely start bullying MP. I mean, with the level 2 Timber Chain, he's getting closer and closer to 6. Definitely starting to feel a bit fearful for MP up here. He does have the salve at least. But yeah, SamH about to hit 6. We might even see a rotation from TNC around that level 6 to kill the Ursa.
Secret backing up, shining up. Tims. Close proximity to this top lane. Has arcane boots as well, so himself a lot of potential rotating around and spamming out the stuns to see what he can get stuck into. 6.5 minutes into 3-1 for TNC. Overall farm slightly favouring Secret, still very close of course. Less than a 1,000 odd lead.
It's nice how much they have their Shaker farming from Secret. That's the one really big gain that they have like out of everything. It's like, okay, Ursa might be a little bit shut down on his farm because of the rotations and because of his 2 deaths and being left alone, but KheZu, who would be a sacked Earth Shaker, is absolutely free farming.
On top though, MP could be in trouble. 1437 trying to close the gap there. Can't quite get the range for the telekinesis though.
They really wanted to make the play with, with the chakram with the 6.
They got that grab, it almost certainly would have been a kill. Mid lane, Secret still being allowed to keep the pressure on. Cuckoo is going to get caught out by the torrent, closing in.
Oh, the raise off the mark though.
Not enough, and now Cuckoo turns around with the grab and able to pop down Puppey.
Oh no, what happened? I think he got like turned. He turned and he slightly missed the raise by a bit, but yeah, Cuckoo ends up surviving. And Puppey pays with his life. Big mistake there coming out from Secret. And now the shrine is up.
He's still with this lead in terms of kills. Their rotations just being that slightly better.
Tim's trying to make a setup here on bottom. KheZu's fairly tanky with 900 HP though, but they're trying to make the aggressive play anyway.
Yeah, and we're seeing this early point in route certainly allowed to set up some of this harassment. KheZu does have Echo Slam, and I think TNC realized they start to split up. Now with the X marks onto Tims, looks like the turnaround could be there. Gets dragged back into the torrent. KheZu moving into position, waits out the spike carapace very nicely to then follow through with the Fisher. Tims, he's still playing around with it. You know, it's an Nyx assassin. He's fairly tanky. Nice turnaround, gets the 2-man stun. And Tims, he's certainly making them work for it. There'll be another torrent and an X marks up from YapzOr, so he should have a chance of grabbing this one. And there, once again, is the setup. And they should get the kill with the enchant totem slap. They do bring him down eventually.
Not the kill that they wanted on. Puppey might actually get picked up by 1437. Here he is.
Easiest kill of his life.
Wow. And the thing is that they wanted to be able to get the Naga there with that type of rotation and with the bait that KheZu was setting up. but unable to do so because of them dancing around. And during that, the two members from TNC, the Pugna and the Rubik, actually come in and steal mid one stack while he's trying to do it.
Oh, that's
so
tasty.
that's a little bit painful for Secret.
But now, bullied a little bit more out the lane. Have the two nulls on KheZu and the arcane boots. Can keep that blast constantly being spammed down anytime forward. P catching up a little bit on that top lane, still at the bottom of sort of the core's value at the moment, but
he got his 6, so he's at least got that in range,
now.
And he's much safer with the phase boots too.
Rotation once again from TNC as they smoke up, looking towards the mid lane.
Well, mid one's pretty far up right now. He's got a lot of stick charges.
No Puppey in the neighborhood. Only YapzOr there to back him up.
They know something's up. They're like, oh, Rubik's farming mid. We're getting wrapped on.
Looks like TNC no chance of catching them out. Secret just being that little more aware now. TNC will continue to move over. Mid one is at the Ancients. Maybe they can find something there. Top lane SamH fell very low as MP tried to make a play with the Enrage. Lead the Timber right back. So has to be a little careful. Does have to get himself back out of there, and he's going to go past the shrine as such.
They caught Eye of Tim's there, and I think they actually saw him place the ward too. Puppey started pinging it.
Still rather deep.
Mid lane tower, they're starting to do the pressure with the Pugna with the Nether Blast, but the rotations from Secret.
Yeah, Secret want to try and catch something here. Tims goes for the stun. Isn't going to quite have the range for Puppey, so Puppey will be fine.
They've got the X on KheZu.
Yep, looking to set up onto the Pugna, brings him back, only drops the one raise down. Now with the telekinesis, TNC dragging the Shadow Fiend back, and well, in fact with the ultimate from KheZu, he may just bring this one down, and he does. The Fisher not coming out quite in time as KheZu tried to cancel the channeling to save mid one, but TNC get the kill. They may even get more now as well as KheZu moves forward, sets up with the Decrepify into 1437's Fade Bolt. And TNC, at the end of it all, do get the 2 kills out of the mid lane that they were hunting for.
God, I love Pugna. The power that you have to be able to turn around like that is, they don't have a lockdown. You have to just really be careful of these. Life drain is no joke. It's 150 drain per second, plus you have to always remember the Decrepify boost. Look at this. YapzOr is just straight dead after one Decrep blast drain.
Underestimating the power of the Pugna. Yeah. Seems to be the problem.
KheZu also underestimating the power of double raise.
Yes. Mid one does get the cleanup. Tims is in the neighborhood though. Sneaking around, has hit level 6, has Vendetta. Mid one's fairly low. Has to be careful with how he places himself. Tims could get the wrap around behind him. I think mid one's aware. He's going back.
They've focused a lot of attention on this mid lane. They've been drawing everything kind of away from Raven, who is... It's 11 minutes. He's got arcane boots and 2,600 gold. Just claimed himself a free tower. This is like the offlane kind of Naga Siren as well. Well, not really.
Tims, is he going to maybe to play around with Puppey? No, he's just going to TP out.
How are the supports levels doing? Let's take a look. We have 4 on Wisp, 5 on Kunkka, and 6 and 7 on the supports of TNC.
It's slow
and YapzOr just dies to the blast, the combo
That's
again.
the second time he's done it, isn't it? KheZu's just taken him down twice in these plays in the middle lane.
Yeah, I mean, 1437 there was there that time to at least get the. I think he actually did. He get the, maybe got the X on him, but I think
no.
He got the
We just saw that.
Was it just the blast drain?
Oh wait, no, sorry. It was what Rubik has the X himself. Yeah.
Yeah, he has the X himself.
Stolen the X.
Yeah. I was like, no way, he just walked up and got blast drained again. I mean, it's a possibility. You can't underestimate how much damage it really does. And look, KheZu's not done.
Oh, is he good?
He's like, oh.
I mean, there's a sentry down. Puppey should be aware.
They know he's there.
Puppey has to be careful how close he comes. KheZu right on the edge of that sentry.
SamH
it looks like he's maybe not spotted it yet. Yeah, KheZu and SamH looking to close the gap. There's the Decrep to set it up. Nowhere for him to tether to. And bam, Puppey is gone. KheZu picks up another. Tims, eyes onto mid one. He's keeping eyes on this mid lane. There's going to be the setup as they go forward onto 1437. Tims, though, with a beautiful stun. Holds back the two of them. Saves 1437's life. Tims actually going to survive as well as the Fisher does not work out. Puppey, he's the only one there, but he'll be held back by the Spike Carapace as Tims can walk it off. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, guess who's back? It's KheZu with the life drain, making a go on it, bringing him down, but no, the Echo Slam. Just in time from KheZu. Stopping the Pugna from bringing... If that Echo hadn't come out, I don't think the cast animations would have been quick enough to save that Shadow Fiend.
I got scared because he like walked all the way up instead of just throwing the fissure to stop the life drain. Good thing was that Puppey was there to heal up mid one. He'd had 9 stick charges too, but he didn't use them. Mid one almost dropped. But with that Dragon Lens picked up, he's quite tanky. Bottom lane.
Raven's got to be a bit careful here. P coming forward. Did have the backup of KheZu.
The Tricores on TNC are farming very well, though. Timbersaw leading the charge, but Raven is close behind, about to be picking up that relic.
He's nearly got it. Very close indeed. Very, very nice start for Raven indeed. You know, pretty much perfect CS, 90 CS at the moment. Mid lane again. KheZu and 1437. Can they finish it off? They nearly get it. One more to go. They do. These guys are playing so well with the Pugna. Just, I mean, we're seeing they normally, you talk about the Rubik, not really a hero that offers much damage in these rotations, but you pair him up with the Pugna, and that Fate Bolt, it certainly hits home. Yeah, it's no joke. And especially if he can steal like a Raze, which he does have, the long-range Raze, that's so much burst damage coming out there into the Crepify. Mid tower, gonna get blasted down with the next Nether Blast. We've got the blink on KheZu though. There we go. As you say, the tower taken down. They will connect the boat. KheZu being brought in by Puppey with the relocate, but the song comes out. KheZu decrypts himself, looking for the walk-off, and he's going to make it. Thanks to Raven turning up just in time, making sure that KheZu couldn't go for the further chain stun. They'll save the Pugna. And that's the gold as well done. Raven has the money for the relic. He can head off, pick it up. Pugna, very close to the Aghanim's. SamH has Bloodstone as well. They've hit all 3 corner timings at the exact same time pretty much. Well, not the Radiance, but at least they've got the relic. Yeah, they need about, both the Pugna and the Naga about, what, 1,000 away from those items, so a couple more minutes and then they'll have those key items when they'll be ready to go. The question is if Secret are going to be ready for them. Big plays from KheZu certainly could flag a big yes. If he hits those Blink Echoes, it can certainly make all the difference here, and they're going to try and do something with it now. Oh, Dire Scan. I think Tim's ward actually. Did they catch it? They're pretty sure they maybe caught one of the heroes on the side of it, They throw the scan, they even drew the line that it looks like Secret's going for that rush, which they are. And there's a Timbersaw already in the area. Not going to allow Secret to do this. They need to get the pick off. They might be able to. They might be able to jump onto Sam. Sam's kind of on his own here. Chains backward, throws the Chakram out to MP, who's pretty low. KheZu jumping forward, will find the control. There's the bring back with the X mark. They trap again, but then just in time, the stun comes out from Tim's. Echo, is it enough to bring down SamH? The Glimmer Cape saves him, and now the turnaround from TNC. They take down the Ursa. Can they get anything more? Cuckoo's going to be held back by the X mark. Secret blinking themselves out of there. That was so clutch by 1437. And Tim's is not done yet either. Comes in with another stun, catches out YapzOr. And TNC find another, and SamH, straight off the back of that Bloodstone, is up to 14 charges. And during that's time that they spend going look at this replay again, Paul. Perfect stun, and as you say, 1437, perfect Glimmer Cape. It looked like KheZu didn't want to have to expend the Echo Slam to try to go for that kill. They were just a little bit reluctant on it, and they end up surviving with it because of that Glimmer Cape, because Theban comes in with a clutch timing, and they're able to clean up MP and a couple extra kills. Beautiful team play from TNC, and straight away they're down the mid lane. They're looking for more, seeing if they can get something stuck in here. Can they get the jump? There we have to Crepify, but the relocate just in time from Puppey. Will buy time for mid one to come back into this refuel. TNC will back up. During all that time, though, like I was saying, that was time while Raven's just free farming, so Radiance is finished. He's got it. So Secret trying to make that aggressive play on the Timbersaw is definitely going to bite them in the butt quite a bit. Tim's eyes on KheZu. KheZu. Entirely watched by Tim's. I wonder if they can go for anything. They are bringing 1437 across, but still rather deep. Tim's is on the high ground with KheZu. He's going to go for it here. Opening up now that 1437 can close the gap. And I tell you what, the timing there was absolutely perfect. He'll throw back down a Fisher. In fact, 1437 with the stolen Fisher, he's kind of blocked Tim's in. Tim's is like, no, not like this. And Tim's, he will get taken down. 1437 in trouble as well as MP will chase him. They've got the X mark onto KheZu. Secret this time, looking for the cleanup. They have the Requiem, but KheZu's going to be saved. The song comes out. Raven buying time for KheZu to get out of there. And SamH, he wants to fight, comes into the midst of it all with the Chakram. Bursts down Puppey. MP will be able to blink down and chase down KheZu to finish off the kill at the end of the day, despite Raven's best efforts to save. So Secret will get the favorable trade there. They do take down 3, securing that Pugna at the end, down to the fact that MP does have that blink on the Ursa. Yep. MP getting himself into a good stride. Mid one as well. Getting closer and closer to that BKB, which will make it much easier for him to fight versus that heavy magic damage. Oh, MP though, he's come for this rune, and Tim's was there ready and waiting, ready to punish. MP is going to try and run himself out. He's got Enrage as well. Won't quite get the root. Yes, they do. They still get it, but there we have it indeed. Pops it off with the ultimate. And now with the Shrine there, this is hard for TNC to fight around. Tim's, he's sticking around, maybe a little too long. Turns around with the stun to hold back MP, but the Urn of Shadows ticking him down. He'll have Spike Carapace back up in a few seconds, but it's not going to be soon enough as MP jumps forward, claims the next Assassin's life as well.
Oh, you see what MP's going for?
He's going for a Midas.
He's got it actually finished. Okay, so he doesn't fall behind since he's playing versus a Naga lineup. He wants to always be relevant in the game. I don't even mind this at all when he's playing around with the Shadow Fiend. It's a bit late, of course, it's 18 minutes. But, I mean, he wants to be able to stay an actual driving force if he's going to be the one that's running around ganking. It's, you know, it's a Shadow Fiend lineup. The Shadow Fiend is your true core.
Mid one. Mulling down, there's 2-1 in the mid. 14:37, trying to set up with the Glimmer Cape.
Gets X'd
to get the steal on the X.
He steals his own, though.
He's going to self-X himself. Oh, he don't quite get the timing right. Will get caught out by the torrent. But look at this. Cuckoo giving him his life force, saving him there with the life drain, making sure the Secret couldn't move in for the further kill. 14:37 will be saved.
You see what he's trying to do, though, right? If you if the X mechanic, yeah, you can X and you can break the X as it happens.
This as well. TNC cool. Ready to go, smoking up, ready to try and make the players 5.
Yeah.
How's the song looking? If we got it nearly back up, it's back up. So if it goes to pot, they can get out of there.
They might actually be able to get MP too. No, MP knows something's up. They see that the wave, well, TNC wants to get this tower because the wave's already here.
They
but
may
they want
still
to
catch
get more.
it. Look at that Timber Chain. Sam-H just beautifully closing the gap. MP is going to take a stun to the back as Tims lines it up perfectly. Fantastic Nyx Assassin play, and they're going to get more. The Stolen Fisher out onto KheZu, sets up for a second for TNC.
Nice smoke. Very aggressive play. Like, they wanted to go bottom to be able to push the tower because the lane's pushing in, like, naturally toward it. So they're like, oh, we can get a tower off it, but getting 2 kills too. Very nice penetration play. Top lane, Sam-H looking to punish Puppey.
Looking for Puppey. Puppey is gonna be left away. No,
or is
no, Sam-H wants it. He's hunting for it. Puppey trying to juke it out.
Oh, the damage.
He's not got enough stick charges to get out of that one. Sam, he's up to 18 Bloodstone charges. Things getting better and better from mid one. Being eyed up by Tims, does now have the BKB on the Shadow Fiend, along with that Dragon Lance. So certainly feeling a little safer.
BKBs are going to be very important for him to actually take the fights, but once those BKBs start ticking low, it gets a lot harder too. And they have great ways to force BKBs, be it a Decrepifier, like a Nyx Assassin stun.
Mid lane, TNC still standing strong, ready to push down a tier 2. Cuckoo, of course, Ags, I believe, on its way out right now on the courier.
Yeah. Going for a Yules for himself afterwards too, so he can not have to worry so much about that X catch. Give himself a real save mechanic too, other than Decrep.
Secret can get grab here, YapzOr's back. Get any sort of X marks is so hard with Raven in the neighborhood. Any attempt from Secret will be halted with the song. Yags out. The Fisher stolen. Fisher to set this up, and indeed with the life drain of the Fable, he's just gone. Not even a chance to pop the BKB and save himself there.
He wasn't even decrep during any of that. That was all just straight magic damage.
And they make it more. Puppey tried to relocate mid one out to the high ground. He's coming back. They will time it nicely. Indeed, YapzOr using the X to save Puppey. But the tier 2 in the middle lane's gone. TNC with a wave pushed up top can look to take another. They're starting to run away with this game. 22 minutes in, 12k gold lead. And it's not if they're on some sort of timer as well. They have a Naga Siren with a Radiance.
And a Timber who's absolutely massive. Yeah, exactly.
Tims set up upon, has the Spike Carapace, but MP closing in. Can they get him the Stolen Fisher? But it's not going to work. KheZu jumps in with the Echo. May get punished for this though. He gets brought back into the Decrepify life drain. KheZu's down. TNC are looking for more Raven. He's caught 2 of them. Sam-H lays down the Chakram. Fisher comes out, but it's not going to be enough. That's going to be a second down. The boat flies through, but Sam-H protected himself for the time being, as TNC are just taking full control of the game right now, and Secret cannot slow them down. What is the plan from Secret? How do they deal with a side that is this far ahead at this stage and with the heroes they have?
They're just getting, they're losing. I mean, they've lost all their buildings. They're just getting ran at now at this point. I mean, I did like the Midas if they were able to take fights with it and everything, but it's looking to be pretty painful because they're not able to play around the Shadow Fiend's BKB. So MP is just getting further and further behind, even though he went for it. they're just not allowing him to actually catch up. TNC is just playing too fast-paced. They're not really letting Secret get what they need in these type of engagements, or really letting them do pretty much anything. They don't have good kill options because whenever they do, it's like a sleep comes through or whatever.
I mean, it feels strange to say that as well, doesn't it? Saying that TNC are playing fast-paced when they have a Naga lineup. Yeah. It just goes to show how well they're doing in a situation where, I mean, Raven's obviously turned up and we've seen some great saves for him, but the reality is of it that the 4 heroes without the Naga can still just do so much, and the fact that you've got Raven that's absolutely on par to farm at any sort of rate that you'd hope a Naga Siren to be doing at, it's just a super bonus for TNC.
I mean, yeah, they've got 100% map control. Yeah. Secret's map is pretty much just right outside of their base, and TNC has 90% of the map to farm. Raven literally just continuing to just farm like every camp in the jungle. I mean, their towers are actually like untouched too. Top tower 1400, mid tower is 90 HP. That's the one tower. It isn't deny range, but everything else untouched.
What else is he doing item-wise after that BKB? He's actually looking to just go for straight damage. He's got the Crystallis, in fact, queued up.
He was the, I want to say that mid one was the like kind of innovator when Shadow Fiend was getting popular around Kiev Major. He would do the like Dragon Lance into Butterfly BKB, just straight damage.
He's still going to need quite some time though to really get that damage to a point where, you know, these heroes like the Pugna, I mean, like all 3 of the cores really are going to feel much threat from it. Up top, Tim, seeing if we can get a catch onto either of the supports. We'll find the stun onto YapzOr. And with 1437 sliding in, he's going to look to try and close it, but there's the save. Puppey will take YapzOr back to safety. I mean, we saw obviously in game 1, Secret dealing with the fact that TNC had a lead, and they just played it, they played it, they slowed it down, and they were able to take it late and just punish the sort of late game desperation plays of TNC. The question is if they can they do that when the lead that TNC has is just so much greater. I mean, sure, TNC were slightly ahead in game 1, but I think it was only like ever like an 8k gold lead. This time it's a 16k gold lead. It's such a bigger deficit that Secret are at this time around.
And this game they also have the super late game with the Naga Siren, and they actually have a tower sieger. The last game they suffered because they couldn't break that melee racks. This time they do have the Pugna who can actually just force with those heavy frontliners, be it the Naga, be it the Timber Saw. 20 charge Bloodstone on Timber with the Plate Mail Yules. Very hard to bring down for Secret.
X-Mark.
He's got the Yules.
Try and set up onto Gutmann DJ. Just plays around it. Can't be brought back into the combo. Very hard to catch a target with that Yule Scepter now.
And during all this, they're keeping Secret in their base, while Raven free farms and also pressures bottom.
Yeah, Raven's nearly got the Octarine. Just needs to finish off the second half of that Mystic Staff. And then the pressure's just going to be even heavier with those illusions.
Send 1 illusion bottom, send 1 or 2 mid, maybe send 1 to the jungle, just keep that farm. But the Echo Slam!
Oh, he does jump in. KheZu looking to set up. They have the Torrent to follow through as well. The song comes through, but they have lost the Pugna. TNC looking to escape, but YapzOr, he's outside of the song and still manages to get Tims with the X-Mark, drags him back, and Secret, thanks to the jump in from KheZu, will get both those kills. They'll knock TNC back. They'll get them away from the base, free up a bit of the map, as Secret, for the first time in a few minutes, are finally able to come back out themselves.
Yeah, they really needed that to get TNC like out of their base. Like, look at the wording from TNC. They are literally just trying to trap Secret there. So, very good opportunity seized by Mr. KheZu.
To the pit they go. Puppey. Will they be interrupted? That's the question. There's still a Timber in the game. Sam H could certainly try and get involved. He may just do that. TP's coming across to the pit. Roshan falling very, very low though, and Secret will secure it. They'll get Roche, they'll get the Aegis. Stolen Torrent comes out though, connects onto both MP and Mid-1, forces Mid-1 to put the BKB. MP with the Enrage and Runaway as he looks to get out of this. Mid-1 revs up the ultimate. Good connection onto Cuckoo, turns, and with the damage of the Crystallis, bringing him down low. KheZu trying to close the gap. There's the bring back into the Torrent. Gets the magical damage through the Decrepify as they bring down the Pugna. Raven now looking for KheZu. Stolen Torrent once again from 1437, holding the Shaker in place. They'll get themselves another. Mid-1's going to go for the TP out. He's not going to make it though. Stun flies through from Tims. Zip forward from Sam H as Puppey is also in a whole world of trouble. Gets cut down. Double kill for Sam H. So Secret, they may have got the Aegis, they may have got the Roche, but TNC getting 3 big kills and straight away are ready to pressure the high ground.
Yeah, the Cuckoo died at least, but yeah, the damage is too much from this Timbersaw. He has no fear whatsoever, as he shouldn't. He can just walk in. He's got Shiva's finished up whenever the courier can deliver it to. He is a force to be reckoned with.
The question is, do we see any buybacks? Mid-one's holding on to it. He's down for 30 seconds. They've got a fortification, Secret. TNC, there's the Dragon. 1437 slides in again with the Stolen Torrent to follow up the telekinesis. MP's gone. Aegis out of his hands. They're taken down once. Now with the respawns, it looks like TNC are happy just backing up. They have that tier 3. They can open up the shrines. 1437 picks up a Blink Dagger. TNC, as we're seeing, still, despite losing that Roshan and Aegis, still very much showing their dominance with this 16k gold lead.
Yeah, they just walk up the high ground there. You can see up to mid one. Of course, yeah, Cuckoo does die, but I mean, Raven is already starting to get to the point where he's too farmed. The Octarine will be finished up. We've seen this fight was only Soul Booster, but they're so damn strong. That Stolen Torrent as well was super clutch there by 1437. He got 2 big torrent plays to help his team clean people up.
I mean, he really is having a great game. 1437.
He really is. 7-9. Yeah, he's been owning. Not only just his warding, like he invaded very early and got early deep wards, but he's the one like guiding the team, like making the plays. You can see like he's the one drawing the lines. He's the one making the call to make those aggressive plays, and he's gotten himself a couple solo kills too. It's been a very impressive play by 1437 this time around on the Rubik.
Tim's down bottom, actually setting up a little bit onto mid one there, but despite Carapace catch out, brings him down to half health. KheZu looking to punish, jumps forward with the Fisher. There's the Yules holding the back. KheZu goes in, pops down the Echo Slam, bringing Tim's down low, but there's the save from Cuckoo with the life drain, keeping the Nyx Assassin alive. They'll be able to back out, and that is Echo Slam used and down. It's a little success.
Secret's like big way of actually doing stuff. They used BKB as well on the Shadow Fiend, and he's not even full souls on SF.
These bottom racks looking in trouble. Secret, can they hold without these components that they require for this team fight? SamH being forced back. YapzOr teasing around with the potential of getting the catch with an X mark.
God, they can barely even bring down this Timbersaw at all. Even if he's commit super
this,
hard.
1437 coming in with the catch onto YapzOr. Zip forward from SamH as he pops the Shiva's guard. They've taken down YapzOr on the Kunkka. Can they get more? Mid-one trying to turn with the razors, but the root's out. Chakram's there. There's the sleep from Raven. Buying some time for TNC to reset, wait around the Enrage, waiting out that ultimate from MP. MP does have the BKB though, pops it, ready to continue, looking for Tims, but Tim out to the sidelines. They don't have vision by the looks of it. Tims is going to be able to walk this one off. Raven moves forward with the root onto Puppey. Finally they kill off the Nyx Assassin with the raise, but the space is being created for TNC to continue sieging this bottom lane of racks as SamH just goes forward with the Timber Chain, keeping Secret Force back towards their fountain, and TNC should indeed get this melee race. They're so close, they're not actually going to stick around for it by the looks of it. Secret will actually get them away before they finish it, or maybe it's the double bait back. TNC looking to head back in. Chakram off target, but the pullback does catch upon all 4 of Secret. BKB's come out from mid-one, revs at the Requiem, but SamH is already down to the bottom tree line. Timber chains across, looking to control MP. MP pops the Enrage. SamH trying to waste his time as he uses himself up, but he gets bursted down. That's going to be the Timber hitting the decks. That finally they do get the racks. How heavy can Secret make TNC pay for it though? Raven with that Octarine reduced cooldown, songs back up. Cuckoo's able to TP out of there, and Raven now looking for the retreat. Jump forward attempt from MP, but Raven's already too far away. So a little scrappy, but the TNC do get the job done at the end of the day. They get those racks.
Yeah, they gave up a little bit of gold, but yeah, it's the racks is the big deal. And I mean, SamH loses some Bloodstone charges, but he respawned pretty much instantly and continued to push the lanes out. And yeah, the advantage still continuing to be TNC, 18,000 gold lead.
Absolutely. I mean, as we've been saying, SamH is just absolutely nailing it this game.
Yeah.
6-1-6. Raven as well. I mean, as you mentioned in the other game, this seems to be a team that if you have the player cards, you're going to get big points on these boys. They don't feed. They get good KDA.
Look, Raven last game
they're
only
always
had, like,
involved in so many team fights.
Yeah.
So much fighting from this team TNC.
They're playing a lot more coordinated than Secret, though, that is for sure. YapzOr is having a very rough game, which seems to be a pretty telltale sign when Secret actually does struggle quite a bit with these type of lineups, too. When it's like required that he has a good impact in the game, and he's just unable to because of the unfortunate deaths he had versus the Pugna in the mid lane a couple times. Just set him back a lot. Timbersaw now has a full Solar Crest.
So certainly, yeah.
So more armor and ways to deal with the Ursa and the Shadow Fiend's physical damage.
Nearly level 25 as well on Sam H.
Yeah, he's gonna be the first one by a lot.
Oh, by a mile, yeah.
Yeah, because he did the 20% XP too. Yep.
It's the Manta done for Raven.
Wow, I thought somebody else was like almost level 20 or like level 20 or 21, but no, yeah. The next highest is mid one at level 19.
Oh, KheZu does jump in with the Echo. Oh my goodness!
Stun.
Tim's with the stun there, holding the back for the time being. Kuka's going to get the chance to sell fuels. I mean, they will still lose Kuku. They're going to lose Tims as well as MP jumps forward. But it was a neat little play from Tims, actually getting the stun on the relocate in. Doesn't really add up to much as Secret still get the job done.
Secret still showing life, showing that they can still make the aggressive plays when people are split up. They seized that opportunity as soon as they saw Naga mid and they saw two heroes set up top. You know that the resources were split up.
See the replayer again.
Oh, they actually just get the wrap on. They didn't see anybody. I thought they'd actually seen like maybe one person, but no, they just go straight in. But they do have the number advantage, 4 heroes in comparison to 3. But they get the initial jump on Kuku, which is what matters, and Sam H wasn't there in time.
Yeah, 1437 was a little unfortunate with the spell steal as well. Only got the enchant totem. Say you got a Fisher there, or maybe even the, if you got the Echo, could have walked in and maybe had the potential to turn that. Just got pretty much the least useful one from KheZu's armory.
I mean, Fisher's probably the much more. Like, Echo is just the damage. If you got Aftershock, that'd be sick. But
I guess enchant totem's alright if you have the axe. Actually, no, to be fair, you don't really want to be jumping in as a Rubik.
Doesn't even stun. You just jump in and die.
Well, I mean, we saw Secret do it game 1, as I say. But this time it is pretty much double the lead that TNC had in game 1, where they still lost.
They are itemizing well, though. We see the double defusals coming out for mid 1 and MP, so they're able to remove that Pugna Decrep. It's not only just for the Pugna Decrep. I mean, that's the clear one, but it's very good versus the Timber Saw to remove that Yule Scepter too. And
She has that MKB, and mid 1 is certainly going to be punching. A lot of damage on Shadow Fiend. Of course, MKB absolutely required, as we mentioned, with Sam H having that Polar Crest.
Yeah. And Naga eventually probably like Butterfly, right? Eventually, maybe. We've seen a little bit of variety in builds. Well, we haven't really seen too many Nagas, but we have seen a different type of build. I actually haven't seen Naga win a game in a long time.
I've just not seen Naga at all.
Yeah.
It was picked in another game, wasn't it? I believe didn't Cloud9 play it?
I think Cloud9 played it, and that was the last.
They lost with it, didn't they?
I want to say
pretty sure they lost with it. That point booster? We're going to be looking for the Ags next on Sam H.
Would be the likely. I don't think he'll buy an Iascati.
No. Glad to see it, but certainly going to be eventually working its way towards.
Yeah. When you have this many Bloodstone charges and you're so farmed, like the double shotgun, you have the mana sustain for it.
Tims is going to get caught out by this, but it's a bit of an awkward position for Secret to get to. Can't really get their way around the cliff. It'll be fine. Super slow sieging going in from Raven. This is just sending in illusions to hit those towers, but of course with the various nerfs that we've had over time, it's very slow indeed. TNC actually going to smoke up. They get wall control off that high ground. They know that they're going to be able to do this pretty undiscovered. They want to try and enter the base from the bottom, where they've taken this tier 3. And this, it could be quite effective if they can get the catch before those BKBs come out. Mid 1 would be the perfect target. Heading forward in there, he's going to get caught out straight up with the telekinesis. Can Puppey save him? He can't.
Get him right away.
Gone. Perfect catch for them to find their TNC. He's down for 70. He does have buyback. TNC could do a good job at trying to force this out of him. They'll head straight towards the mid lane, as they'll look to try and take a second set. They'll finish off that range racks first by the looks of it, down bottom. They clean out the bottom lane. Sam H is already there in the middle. Will mid 1 be forced to buy back? He's down still for 50 seconds. Secret, how much can they do is just the 4. They do have Echo Slam. KheZu under the cover of the Shadow Blade, waiting for the opportune moment to jump in. But look at Sam H, he's just moving forward, forcing Secret back away from this Rags. As Kuku lays down the ward, slowly gets in there with the blast. Bit by bit, they'll start to take it down. 14-37 with the telekinesis onto MP. The life train going to work, bringing MP down to less than half of his life. Root Tail onto YapzOr. He's in trouble. They're moving with the Root Tail. KheZu, oh, he whiffs the Echo. It catches no one. KheZu's down for a minute. KheZu will be jumped upon, but he uses himself up. Buys time. Raven's there trying to save him. The self-decrepify. KheZu's going to live. MP can't quite finish KheZu off. Gets decrepified, gets Glimmer Cape. He gets saved, and now there's the turn. Telekinesis into the life train, bringing him down low. Stolen Fisher comes out, they'll bring down MP. Now they turn towards Puppey, getting rooted up, brought down, triple kill for Sam H. There'll be the buyback on MP. Mid1 is back, but the rest of the 3 members of Secret do not have buyback. They're in a lot of trouble here. TNC looking like they can close this game 2 out. Mid1 in trouble as he gets the BKB out in time, and MP has brought down 1. Finds KheZu. Tim's getting dropped low as well, but again, 14-37 with these Glimmer Capes, keeping his team alive. MP goes back in, does get the clap, will find the kill onto the Nyx Assassin.
The damage is done.
But they've lost the Shadow Fiend, and indeed, the base is looking to be in absolute shambles.
Yeah. Mid1 not even buying back. Yeah, he has it up, but... Okay, now he does go for it now, but...
Alright.
Yeah.
Can they actually get this kill? I mean, look how tanky Sam H is. He's got so much armor. They're trying to force him away, jump forward. The MP has to run. He's got to be so careful. This Timber just does so much more to the Earth than he does to him. They will drag him back. He's going to kill himself. He says, you can have my life. We've got mega creeps. I'm not giving you any gold. I'm not giving you any XP for any sort of chance of catching back into this. As Secret are back up, they will hold in on this game. But the mega creeps are out for TNC, and at a 31,000 gold lead, can Secret really turn this game around? We saw them do it with a very minor advantage going TNC's way in game 1, but this time round, it's looking pretty much impossible. This should be TNC walking this one home.
Definitely. And we do even see, look at this. Naga Siren building Dagon 3.
Building a Dagon on Naga.
Hey, this time it's a little different. He's with the Pugnus, so he's got the Decrepify bonus damage with the Octarine. It's super low cooldown, and as we've seen, Mid1 is barely even able to get his BKB off if he gets chain stunned. So it does, you know, the game's kind of over. They have mega creeps, but it's pretty good this time around with the Nether Block.
It's a bit of a... It's good. Puppey, he's got relocate. Off he goes. Portals it out of there.
Is Kunkka there for him? Yeah. YapzOr's there to X him up.
Lincoln's on 14-37. Building those luxury. Still sensible items, you know. 14,
oh, they got the Yules on him!
Oh, they caught him! Oh, Puppey! Caught out, indeed, that Yules to counter the X-Mark play. Smart moves from TNC.
Nope.
No buyback on Puppey. Down for 45. TNC, they're chilling, though. I think they're probably enjoying this. They're like, we're 31k ahead. You guys have lost the game. We're just going to go and suck off Roshan. Just chill out.
Just hug the things.
Yeah, with the lads. Yeah, no way Secret can get over to this one. But Raven's probably saying, lads, let me finish off on that one.
He's close.
Again. What can Secret do? Can they do some sort of miraculous comeback? It really feels like the world is against them now in this game.
It's just way too hard.
Yeah.
It actually is just way too difficult. This Timbersaw is pretty much unkillable. They have to isolate him with 4 heroes to bring him down.
Here we go. Ready to come in. TNC already in the base. They smoke up. There's the jump forward. Have the telekinesis, but he does get forced back. MP will be safe. But now, at least, KheZu trying to move forward, but the Radiance is going to cause issues for him, trying to make that sort of blink initiation. Now he's ready to look for an opening. Comes forward, there's the jump, gets the Echo, but again, it only clips onto the Timber. BKB and the Cream comes out from Mid1. 14-37 slides down to the low ground. Puppey moving forward on the front lines, but they've already lost YapzOr. MP trying to work into KheZu. KheZu keeping himself up with the life train. Oh, he's going to survive! KheZu doesn't quite go down. Mid1 gets taken out close towards the base. Raven sings the song of celebration as GG is called. TNC take game 2 and Secret tap out. What a performance from TNC as they absolutely blew Secret away with this one. This was incredible performance from TNC as well.
Yeah, I think it was a very good performance from TNC. I think Secret made a lot of mistakes in this game, honestly. They played a lot around the Shadow Fiend, but they weren't really able to secure him because they were just making like moves all over the place on the map and a couple mistakes adding up. TNC overall just definitely playing better, but the lane's coming out way far ahead. Like Sam H,
yeah,
they pick Ursa into Timbersaw, so you're like, okay, Timbersaw is gonna, if they can make that matchup, Timber can really shut down. Sam H went completely out of control because they dodged the matchup over and over again to where MP was so far behind.
Silence in the room at Secret.
They're definitely feeling pretty upset.
You said they weren't happy with day 1.